Another order via Yandex in the meantime. Let's go return this parody to the pump. It's a shame, damn it. How would you show it all? Electro-vandalism in this car is off the scale. Over there. I do not know how many wires, but a lot. Most likely not from the radio, but they are. They're just naked. And there are a lot of them there. There are 4 of them. This is just some kind of absurdity. We need to find the pieces of iron that push the radio. I had them somewhere. And I just climbed in and looked for the cigarette lighter wires. They just aren't there. Where they went, I also do not understand. It is necessary to see according to the scheme at least what color they are. On the stop. And what is this? Oh, I see. And this is what you need. In short, there are no wires, no bottom, anywhere else. Funny shit, of course, funny. It's just like living without a cigarette lighter. Ride with a power bank. The tube is not charged very quickly. The search must be continuing. And silicone lubricant was ordered. What was really needed was a liquid key. Apparently, I got something mixed up, and now I have silicone grease. Well, okay, it will also come in handy. Let's lubricate, for example, the hatch, prepare it for our beautiful autumn in St. Petersburg. I returned the next day. It certainly looks interesting. But now I'm not alone. I have a very cool multimeter with me. If only he would still climb out of the box. This is how the whole thing looks like. But I took it not only for this case, although there is nothing to look for there along the way. I have a feeling creeping in. What? That's the trick. Oh, and this is a cigarette lighter along the way. And how did I not find her yesterday? Where did it fall out from? Yes, it's a cigarette lighter along the way. Okay, let's check it out. I took a multimeter for, strictly speaking, other tasks. We have a lot of fuel consumption. And it is explained by various reasons. I've read a lot of forums. Everything is fine, but you need to measure the potentiometer. We'll have to split it up. What's there? Does it look like an oil leak? Does it look like an oil leak? Or is it just yesterday's eroding here? Come on, though. It's like an oil leak. Okay, now I'm going to clean up this whole thing again. And what about butter in general? But what about the butter? But the butter was on the menu after yesterday's Jogov, and it remained. On the highway, we mean Jogov. But 9.5 liters, of course, is an excellent indicator. But rest assured, he eats a lot more. In short, you need to split everything up, sort out the potentiometer. There should be a destination resistance of 0.7 or something there. I looked at the photos from the factory, and here the lid has been removed from the factory, and it's already steeper by 10,000 times. At least we have time to do this today, because now a big project has arrived. There will be a lot of work. And at least here to sort out what happened with duct tape found. Damn, how bad it looks. Well, we'll leave it for now, I'll just wash it later. Let's dance. As you can see, there are also some strange oxides of their own. Why not white, when they should not be white? Okay, now let's reset the chip to the end. Let's try to take out the pins, and see what's going on there at all. Come on. Oh, what is it? Then a piece of wire of the same color was driven into the pin. And I don't understand. Anyway, whatever. We need to measure this thing. The value of the potentiometer at the factory is 713. He can see that the chip is worth it, the plug. I have 148. Who has already screwed up there is not clear. Well, here we clean everything dry. And he's there, you can see we're turning the twister as hard as we can. Come on. So. And the readings are factory. Well, almost plus or minus. You just need to clean up the whole thing from everyone. From anything superfluous. It is possible to lubricate with a lubricant, dry it and you can put it on. They're still under the hood just to clean. Above filia. I have wonderful over filia. Let's take some type of this. Yes. And we'll clean everything. Why was it necessary to climb here? I don't understand. I cleaned the terminals, now the resistance is 707. It's stupid. It's all done like this. Here. You never know who also has some problems. I'm bothering you. Some problems with the previous owners. Amateurs climb where it is not necessary. Come on a little bit more. Well, a little bit. In 713. Great. Let's go clean the pad capot and put it on. Checking it out. Although there is nothing affecting it. Damn, the radio needs to be pulled out. Isolate what is there. But the fact that the cigarette lighter was found is already a plus. Now we will check everything comprehensively. I decided to look at the fuses, because the cigarette lighter chip got up, but it doesn't work. Perhaps in the cigarette lighter itself, an element of the case. But I decided at the same time to see why TF key does not work for me. The 10th. Not that. The 10th connector. -15. Wire jumper for TF. And here it is, the 10th connector. The 15th is not here, as far as I understand. There should be a relay of hot TFs here, but there are none. Perhaps it is also tied in reverse. But this is not accurate. We will check. We are still looking for a cigarette lighter fuse, but we have it. Pa. Let's watch. Dashboard, ventilation. And what? What do you mean? You see, I don't see anything. Maybe it's another year. I took a screenshot. Well, I saw it clearly. And here. 22. I'm looking the wrong way. 22 10 amp radio cigarette lighter. 22 is the last one we get. Damn, the block itself doesn't hold a fig. What is it? A tenner. 10? But it's kind of whole. So, where do we have another 10? Low beam headlights. The first one. And I lost it. Wonderful. But no, out. Let's try this. Well, let's get in. The joke is that it falls out of these ears, which hold the entire fuse box and so on, constantly down. Fuck knows what to do with it. I'm already there and squeezed on one side and squeezed. Can't get a tenner, figure it out. So, no matter how I pressed it, it still falls. I don't know what's wrong with him. Okay, ignition. It should burn here on business, but it may not burn. Yes, it doesn't burn. Do we have any other lights working? Yes, it works. So it's the lamp. And? By zeros. Damn, maybe there's shit there, of course. And how to send it? Oh, there's a multimeter. It's coming. Everything is going to happen now. So, and there is some kind of negative voltage there. Now let's try to swap them. It jumps by 12 volts. I just can't get into the core. Will we have stable parameters? In. The cigarette lighter is working. So the chip itself does not work. And I don't care about that. Because I need a charger. In general, in a good way, you need to remove something. The console, so to speak. It's okay to do it. To her. Well, there's a gap the size of a finger. You can. A mouse can crawl through. So, let's get it back. And the fuse on the headlights back. It's a signal to sort it out, but I haven't been able to devote time to the central locking unit yet. Everything is cleaned. A little sprinkled, why not? It's all back. Unfortunately, there is no bracket. Although, if you dig around in the trunk, maybe it will be found. I saw something similar there. But not now, it will be later. In general, you need to check how it starts. And something else needs to be checked. We do not completely close it. So, this is mine. Now let him stand here. Let's launch it. And let's check something else with regard to the crankcase ventilation valve. I've also read a lot of forums. Come on. We'll have to get out of the yard. More or less stopped stinking. So, the crankcase gas ventilation valve is being replaced along the way. Okay, it's working somehow. We need to test on the go. It's pointless now. How much fuel do I have anyway? Damn it. We'll go to the gas station soon. Let's collect it here. The cigarette lighter works even if, strictly speaking, you take out the key. This is good, but I have a suspicion that he can drain the entire battery for me. So far, these are the tasks. Now I need to go work for a couple of days. Smelled all over the playground. A couple of days to work and do the final electrics. Still finish off all the electrical issues, but it will be much later. Once again, I decided to conduct a test. It stinks of gasoline. It stinks a lot of gasoline, but it doesn't smoke yet. Now it will warm up at least a little bit. It will drive away the oil. We check it again. Yes, the valve is finished. We change the valve. Let's warm it up to at least something. He spits out some kind of condensate. If it starts to smoke now, then we are looking for a further problem. Because I drove for a certain amount of time, but I didn't smoke at all. I didn't smoke above the norm, let's say, for my mileage. Ah, well, there is still fuel. I think it will be necessary to go to the gas station already. There is fuel for our test. It's unclear what's wrong with the revs, and he started smoking again. In short, it is necessary to jam the money there in the yard. Fucking suffocate now. And the stink. Not that it's delicious. Yes. Okay, let's dig further. Well, like it can't be that he doesn't smoke in the cold. As soon as it heats up, it starts to fart with smoke. I understand that there are still oil-removing caps, rings, and so on. But there are no miracles. In the near future, we will change the crankcase gas ventilation valve. Let's clean the bottom part. Benzo they. Not bad, so they are benzo with exhaust. But the exhaust doesn't seem to be oil, Figs knows it. In short, we are engaged in ventilation of the crankcase gas valve and climb into the electrician in the remaining one. We'll check everything. We'll spill everything with a lubricant. We will twist all the twists that are not mine, that I did not do. Maybe it will help us. So far, this is the situation. Let's collect this stuff. Then I'll sort out the tunnel. By the way, why is it so huge here, when there is no rear-wheel drive gimbal, actually? And here's the tape recorder appeared. Blackout. What? Come on, blackout. Turn on the phone volume. And he's there, oh, apparently, rolls. And motion. Remote control. What? Remote control. Yes, to the remote control. With static control, on the go. It looks like this. These are the most beautiful wires that lay on top of each other. All four of them. Before. Mine. Well, this is a normal situation, but it needs to be insulated. F my. Where did I climb? And why did I climb here? Children walk. And I climbed here because there is one terminal that snapped off. We need to understand the instructions now. Oh, there's these. Where exactly did she snap off the controls and bring her back? Perhaps there will even be a backlight, but not a fact. There is one terminal per massive too. I finally figured out all these things. Drowned the radio. I've done everything a little bit better here, fixed it, but it's still strumming. So, well, that's it. I figured out the cigarette lighter, I figured out the collective farm inside there. Drowned the radio, insulated everything. And when I was dealing with this console, this wire was inserted into it. Black, yellow, and brown. The brown one was not inserted, just a black and yellow clem was inserted. Accordingly, it did not affect anything. I found the original clem. Inserted. And the question now is in the kitchen gardens. Who knows what it is and where it comes from? It goes somewhere there in the panel. I brought it up to here somewhere. Then it is unknown where she goes. That's the question. In general, we will repair and search for everything else later. Damn, can I measure the voltage, by the way? Yes, everything later. I'll isolate it all later, assemble it. That's it, I'm out of here. Tired of it. Then we will sort out the podka with the hood wires and climb into the trunk. And you need to find a TF relay, because in the course, and reverse gear is also attached to them. Firm the factory pinned. Here. It's such a day today. Then we'll see how the engine behaves. But he smokes the infection. Perhaps these are the consequences of the DMRV wiring. DMRV also needs to be measured, but I have already sealed it with sealant. Of course, I'll think of something. All right. I'll find another scheme. Perhaps a bush can be found there. We will measure it on idle and on off. And the rest. And oil stains. It will be necessary to remove oil stains from the candle. With candles from the third or fourth cylinder and see whether it flows from there or not. If it's from there, then it's bad, because it's a gasket. Because it's a gasket between the block and the head. And I'm not going to climb there at all. No way. Not a budget. That's it for today. And of course, voltage is applied to these two wires. I don't know what it is, where it is located, and what it connects to. So let's study the forums. As always, the God guides will help.